आप लोगों ने पढ़े, नॉन रिटर्न टू जीरो, पोलर, Manchester. So these are the form, and all these line codes are in terms of the waveform. So when you send the wave line code through the transmission system, so the line code shape will change at the output because of the dispersion. जैसे इसने कहा, दीपक ने कहा, yeah, exactly, here is dispersing behavior. And why this dispersing behavior is coming here? See, when a pulse is transmitted through a system or through a band limited system, so what will happen? See, so then suppose a pulse is transmitted through a band limited system, then the frequency component, remember, I am telling you, just remember this point. I will write this point again. Okay, so the frequency component contained in the input pulse, okay, the frequency component in the input pulse are differently attenuated, okay, and differently delayed by the system. So this is interesting phenomena. So that will broaden the input pulse at the output. So I am just writing these 2 points. So one point is uh, you write like this: when a short duration, so short duration pulse is transmitted, okay, through the band limited system, okay, band limited system, okay. So this is the story. We are just saying that the short duration pulse is transmitted through a band limited system. So then what will happen? Then the frequency component, okay, the frequency component of the input pulse are differently okay, are differently attenuated and delayed and differently delayed by the system. So this is the basic. So see, when you are sending a small short pulse at the input, and that will give you, that is giving at the output is like this, okay. So this is this kind of pulse you are obtaining. So, and this is because the frequency component, different frequency component attenuated differently or delayed differently. So this is the property of the, actually, of the of the channel. So you can see, so the different frequency component will travel with different velocity in the medium and attenuated differently. So this is because of this you are getting the uh, longer duration pulse at the output. So what will happen? So when you obtain the longer duration pulse, see, when you obtain the longer duration pulse, so output pulse, what will you obtain? So what will you obtain? So because of this longer duration pulse, the the two nearby pulses are overlapped, are starting overlap. Okay, so you can understand when the two pulses overlap, okay, are starting overlap, and that will give us the intersymbol interference. Okay, so see, you have this is one pulse, so you have this is one pulse, and then you have another pulse like this, and then you have another pulse like this. Okay, so what will happen? So these regions, so these regions will give you intersymbol interference. Okay, so what do you mean by intersymbol interference here? So you are sending one symbol for a particular data for particular bit, but unfortunately at this region the data you are sending for a particular bit will mislead. So you here in this different type of filters to remove this intersymbol interference phenomena. Okay, so I hope all of you understand up to this. This is the basic. Okay, uh, किसी को कोई डाउट तो नहीं है? You can ask. It's very basic. I'm just revising the last class, not starting the class uh, in the manner we did do. So we just revising the last class and trying to give the understanding of the intersymbol interference. Okay.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है दीपक यहाँ तक समय बनोत आर यू गेटिंग दिस पॉइंट अरविंद अरविंद
Yes, sir.
समझ में आया बच्चे ये आवाज नहीं आ रही अरविंद सो आर यू फॉलोइंग दिस इंटरसिंबल इंटरफेरेंस आदित्य साई कमल hope you getting this okay so I'm coming to again next is
Yes, sir.
okay great so effect of intersimple interference so now we will see what are the effect so effect of intersymbol interference okay so the first effect if you see it's very important effect the first effect is in presence of intersymbol interference so in presence okay so in presence of ISI okay so in presence of ISI so presence of ISI will introduce errors in the decision at the, so this is दक्ष मेरे आवाज आ रही बच्चे? हेलो
सर थोड़ी कट कट के आ रही है।
दीपक, हाँ मेरा ना थोड़ा इंटरनेट में आज इशू है, तो थोड़ा सा मैं तभी बार बार बीच में इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ, पूछ रहा हूँ। सो और स्क्रीन आ रहा है?
यस सर।
यस सर।
चलो ठीक है ठीक है. So this is the case one, first case effect of in presence of intersymbol. If there is an intersymbol interference, what will happen at the receiver side? So when we use the decision circuit, so you remember, if you remember, so in case of this circuit, so you can see we are using decision device, and decision device in decision device we are just fixing the some threshold level, and up to that threshold level that will give you 1, or below that threshold level that will give you 0. So this is the decision level, decision device. So what will happen when the intersymbol interference, so that threshold level will not reach, and you will get some error at the output. So that is why I'm telling, so the decision device is not working perfectly, correctly. So in presence of intersymbol interference, it will introduce the error in the decision at the receiver side, and you will get you will not receive the desired data bit. So second, if we think in above, in another sense, so in the absence, so in presence of interference, intersymbol interference, that will generate the error, and at the receiver, the decision device will not work perfectly. Okay, so again, we will think in another sense. So in the absence, say, I am saying in the absence of intersymbol interference, what will uh, we received at the, so in, so at the receiver, in the absence of intersymbol interference, in, okay, in the absence of intersymbol interference, the transmitted, the transmitted bit can be decoded correctly at the receiver. Okay, so this is the case that you can see, if there is a presence of intersymbol interference, you will, it's very difficult to decide which bit is the required bit, or which bit is not the required bit. And in absence, you can easily decode the pulse, decode the targeted bit correctly. So, so you can see, so if intersymbol interference, if intersymbol interference is present, so one becomes 0, and 0 become 1. Okay, so you can see, so there are lot of bit error, so there are chance of lot of bit error. So you can suppress this bit error by stopping this intersymbol interference, and you can stop this intersymbol interference by using some kind of filter. Or if you see in last class, if you remember, so if you have a pulse, see, if you have a pulse, if you have a pulse, this pulse is in time domain, remember, and you are sending, and you are sending this, and you are taking the Fourier transform of this, because the pulse, when you send the pulse and when you the circuit, that will give you the Fourier transform, and you will obtain this is the function. So this is the sinc function. So you obtain the sinc function. Okay. So what is happening when you are sending one pulse and then again you are sending the second pulse is like this? So what will happen? So that will give you another sinc function here. And then if you send the next pulse, third pulse, so that will give you another sinc function here. So you can see, if you see carefully, so these regions, so that will give you ISI. So what is happening here, you are sending the rectangle pulse, but at the receiver side you are getting the sinc function, and that sinc function is overlapping because of the number of pulses. The sinc function is overlapping, that is giving the intersymbol interference. So this is one way. So if we see mathematically, or if instead of rectangle pulse, so instead of pulse, we send sinc function. So what will happen? So instead of that, let us say I am saying sending the sinc function. So this is the sinc function, and this sinc function is time domain, and you are sending this and taking the Fourier transform, or in fact this is in Fourier transform, or you can say it's frequency domain, and you're taking inverse Fourier transform. So that is giving your simply the pulse, the required pulse. So to reduce, so we can say to reduce ISI, we can send sinc function. Okay, we can send sinc function, and at the receiver side we can just take the inverse Fourier transform, that will give the pulse. So that will stop the intersymbol interference. This is one way. Another way, we can use the different kind of the filter and different kind of transfer function. Okay, so this condition, so this is very important condition. This condition is known as the zeroth or Nyquist criteria for zero intersymbol interference. Okay, so this condition is known as for zero intersymbol interference. हाँ, ये समझ में आया किसी को? दीपक, ये आया समझ में बच्चे? आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग थियोरेटिकली, आई विल डू मैथमेटिकली. हाँ मानस, ये क्लियर है?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah, it's very important, and this is the remedy to reduce the intersymbol interference. So only you can reduce the intersymbol interference if you use the sinc function instead of rectangle pulse. So all of you know the Fourier transform of rectangle pulse is the sinc function. Okay, and all of you can understand if you see. So if we are sending this sinc function like this is the sinc function, we are sending this. Okay, I'm so sorry, the figure is not good, but at the receiver this is the input, and at the output what is happening? The pulse becomes broader like this, the same function broader. but ultimately the shape is same. There is no change in the shape. This is the output and this is the input. So this is the beauty. And when you have the the dispersed shape of the sinc function, and you take the inverse Fourier transform of that will give you the original pulse. So this is the condition, and this condition is known as Nyquist criteria for zero
Sir,
intersymbol. हाँ पूछो बच्ची.
sir, how will change the data into sync function? Like हमने इनपुट में डेटा एक तरह से भेजते हैं ना, सो हम उसे कैसे सिंक फंक्शन में कन्वर्ट करते
या
हैं?
बच्ची उसको डायरेक्टली सिंक फंक्शन में नहीं करेंगे. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग.
Okay.
You remember, so generally we have the data. This is 1 0 0 1 0, this form. Okay, so this is known as the binary code,
Yes, sir.
binary data. Okay, but in the last class, if you remember, I'm saying if you send the binary data directly, so there is a chance of the change in the bit. So 1 becomes 0 because of the noise. So instead of that, we are using the line code.
Yes,
So line
sir.
code is, yeah, okay. Line code is like it's a symbol representation. So you have different type of line code, and that line code is always in terms of the waveform. So that waveform is like this. This is sometime it is high, sometime it is like I'm saying this is your, sometime this is zero, this is representing 1, this is representing 0, and this is again representing 1, and if there is a 0 then this is, so like this you are using some line code. So I'm saying this is your some line code, and this line code is here is in terms of the pulses. Okay, so if you directly send this line code, this pulses, so that will give you intersymbol interference at the output, remember. So this is one thing. But instead of this line code, we send the sync function, so that will reduce the intersymbol interference. Here this is the your question, how we can change the sync function. So what we do, so using the mathematics, so the line code is simply converted to the sync. So here one mathematical step increase, remember. ये बच्ची किसने पूछा था क्वेश्चन, नाम बताओ.
सर सान्या.
सान्या इसमें एक स्टेप बढ़ जाएगा आपका. अगर आप डायरेक्टली पल्स ना भेज के, you just change that pulse into the sync function and you send that sync function through this band limited system. So what will happen at the receiver side, you will have the sync function again. Then again you will take the inverse Fourier transform. So that will increase the two steps. One step at the input side. So input side, what will you do? Take the Fourier transform. So that will change into the sync function. And the receiver side, you will have the sync function, and then you will take the inverse Fourier transform. So the two steps increase, two mathematical step increase. So we use some mathematical device in the block diagram of the communication system, so that will change these pulses into the sync pulse before transmission, and at the receiver side when the sync pulse is received, so we use the inverse Fourier transform to convert into the line code. And then line code is changed into the binary data using some decision device. Okay, so this is the theory. This is the theory, but we will understand how we can do this in mathematically. I hope all of you understand this theory part.
Yes, sir.
ओके अब समझ में आ गया सान्या. डायरेक्टली हम सिंक फंक्शन नहीं, सिंक कैसे करेंगे,
Yes,
सिंक में तो
sir.
नहीं आएगा डेटा, उसको हम सिंक में कन्वर्ट करते हैं पल्सेस को. ओके ओके, so this is very important condition, and this condition is known as the Nyquist criteria for zero intersymbol interference. Okay, so we will study this in detail. And another thing, this is one thing. Another thing is we can reduce the intersymbol interference by using filters. Okay, filters with with some transfer function. So we say this is HF. तो हम उसके ट्रांसफर फंक्शन के हिसाब से हम करके हम लोग यूज करेंगे सो दैट सी आई एम टेकिंग अगेन एग्जांपल ऑफ द फिल्टर सी आई एम सेंडिंग okay I am saying I am sending this pulse, this is your input, okay, and here is the this is your transmission channel or transmission system. So at the output what you will getting, you are getting this is, so at the output you are getting this. Okay, so now see, this is the original pulse, this is the TV and the TV, and the rest of the thing will overlap with the other signal. So these two portions will overlap to the other signal, and that will give you the intersymbol. So what will we do? We send this through a filter. So I'm saying I'm sending this through a